Hey everyone, it's Jason Clay here. Due to a lot of people telling me they like my review on Dragon Ball Z, the new Dragon Ball Z movie, I decided I'm going to start doing reviews on a series that I love. Now, seeing as how the anime has already come out and it was a lot more popular than I could have hoped for, instead of doing chapter reviews at this point, I'm going to be doing full volume reviews from volumes 1 through 6 since it's been released. And then I will do chapter reviews as they come out online, and then I will eventually purchase the volumes as they come out. So if you're reading it online, purchase the volume, help the artist out so he can pay his bills, so he can pay the people, his editors, the people who distribute the manga, so the animators can get paid. Like if you're a fan, you'll make sure that people can still produce great content. Now on to the review. So, Monster Musume, or Everyday Life of Monster Girls, is about a guy named Crusoe. Crusoe. I'm just gonna call him Darling. So, the dude named Darling somehow ends up with this half female, half snake girl in his house, and it's because the agent is like, I'm sorry, I brought it to the wrong house. Well, you're not part of the exchange program. Goodbye. And he's like, Mrs. Smith? What? So, seeing how he's getting money from it, I guess, and he's such a nice guy, he goes along with it. And, personally, I would have been drastically annoyed, too. But seeing as how Mia is, very sexualized in what she does. I mean, she pulls out her breast all the time, to the point where she even offers him sex, showing her chest all the time. It's like, I don't really care about the law. I mean, like, any red-blooded American have been like, ain't nobody looking. I'm going deep inside. To the point where, I mean, you see that, you know, they have a very quote-unquote friendly relationship, but you can tell Mia likes him a lot more than he likes her, and that's perfectly fine, I guess, in her mind. He just, you know, he kind of sees her as a friend at this point. So, you can tell he is a gentleman, because when those people start making fun of her, you know, when they're getting ready to attack her, he punches them in daylights out of them, like some martial arts kind of thing. It was like the 1 second shonen in his first few chapters, and he's like, bam, in your face. It was totally hilarious, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, if they ever change that law, he's gonna hit it. I'm gonna just be honest, because she's sitting there flashing you all the time. He's gonna hit it. It's gonna be all over. He gonna have little half snake babies running around his place. But okay, enough of this. Now, after Mia's done, the next day Mia's, you know, she's still going on how her darling, her Kurusu saved her, like her knight in shining armor. He ended up getting kidnapped by a harpy. And when I saw this, I was like, dude, if she drops you, you're going to die, depending on how high up she is in the air. But it turns out she just needed a human so she could go around and roam Japan. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's kidnapping. You're technically a criminal like that, but apparently everyone's like, oh, well, we're gonna overlook this, even though she technically broke 2 laws and might need to get kicked out of the country. So while he's on his quote-unquote forced date with this Harper girl, whose name turns out to be Poppy, she makes him feed a popsicle, and we already know it's etchy where he's going. The popsicle substitute for her sucking on something else, and I thought it was totally hilarious out in the background. The group of women, there's a group of women, and they're like, there's some sort of perverts. This is horrible. I'm just gonna say, in this world, the women need to realize, y'all have more competition than ever, because if you notice, that's 2 females of different species coming in wanting men or doing something with a man, and I have yet to see any males yet. So chances are there'll probably be a lot more females than men in this series. So as they continue, you know, Poppy's like, she's part bird, so she's not all the way up there. She's bird back. Oh, I'm gonna take off my clothes. Like, I'm just thinking, if I was him, I'd be like, you can't do this out here. I mean, you look like a kid anyway. Basically, trying to take a bath in a bird bath, even though she's half bird. So, in a way, it's halfway okay. In the other way, it's kind of halfway not okay. So, you really need to stop this. So then when Mia finally shows up, I'm just like, oh, your quote-unquote self-appointed girlfriend is here. They're pretty much getting ready to fight. You can tell she's totally jealous, even when they gotta save the little girl from the tree. Poppy basically succeeds because she has wings, and Mia, you're part snake, and kids are kind of afraid of snakes, so you scared the little girl, and she left. She left with Poppy. I thought that was totally hilarious. I was chuckling my butt off. I'm just like, it's okay. It'll be okay. This girl will be gone. But then it turns out it's not gonna be okay because Mrs. Smith is now having Poppy live with them. So pretty much you have Snake Girl who takes her clothes off for you, and then there's one who randomly takes her clothes off for whatever reason, and you're gonna have to feed her popsicles as if she's sucking on something else. Your life is getting, quote unquote, very, very sexualized interesting, in my opinion. So, any red-blooded American would be, you know, trying to hit both of it at the exact same time. But now you think about it. If you do think like that, it's, quote unquote, promoting bestiality in a sort of way. Let's just be totally honest about that. So, okay. Chapter 4, this is when Centaur comes into it. I don't know what episode that would be. I haven't actually seen the anime yet. I haven't got to Crunchyroll. I'm so busy making videos and working on my manga and reading manga. I don't really have time to watch anime. So anyway, he's out and about and he gets slammed into by half woman, half horse. And it's like, oh, okay. So obviously we know exactly where this is going. So apparently centaurs are a high noble race. It's like, must have a master and serve them like the knight I really am. Really, this is, and you actually have a sword. I'm like, is this a real sword now? I could have sworn swords were banned in Japan back in like the Edo era when they were getting rid of the samurai, but here she is with a sword. Now Centaur shows that she's noble when she chases this guy and he robs his lady, and Crusoe gets on her back and starts riding like an actual horse. And I'm sitting there thinking, is this offensive or not? Because I mean, if I saw a centaur in real life, I'd be like, can I ride your back? Like, I don't have a car, or I run out of gas, can I just ride you back to the store? I mean, they could be like taxis too. They could just, you know, charge people to ride their backs, you know. But turns out is borderline rape. Because when he was talking to Mr. Smith, like, oh yeah, you know, you practically raped her because you made her ride your back. And I'm like, oh, he almost died when she jumped off that bridge to chase that guy. And that's let me talk about the art real quick. That is a excellent angle. I have not seen that in manga ever. And you just have something flying and it's like you're underneath it and you're just recording it as if you're like a movie director. That is what I expect from a high quality manga, and I want to keep seeing excellent scenes like that. But anyway, so now turns out that Poppy, because she doesn't have any hands, she just has wings, she can't put her clothes on. So now you have to feed her, put her clothes on, deal with a snake girl who's obsessed with you, and now you have a centaur lady living in your house, running around with a fake sword. I think it's time to move or to get a bigger place, like in the countryside, for the sole fact that you're in a city, a little apartment, and now you have 3 roommates who don't pay rent, by the way, but are probably gonna eat all your food. So either you're gonna get another job, or you're just gonna be randomly poor. So, oh well. I would be finding a place in the countryside where it's a lot cheaper if I was him at that point in time. And at the end of the volume, which is the sole reason I decided I'm gonna really enjoy this series, because once all three of them start fighting over him, so I'm like, okay, you grab one girl's boobs, the other girl shows you her boobs, and you practically stripped and dressed this other girl. So who knows what's going through her little Burberry mind. All of a sudden, Mrs. Smith says, you have to marry one of them. And then it ends the series. So that means they're probably going to be fighting later on in the series over you. Or, if you're smart, you will try to bang all four of them and get it over with. Wait, that's just that's what I would possibly do if I'm a single dude with three women doing all sorts of shenanigans like this, always tripping in front of me. I'm just saying, if I was single, but I'm not. So if you're single and you're in that sort of situation, I'm just saying, you might want to consider it. But I'm over and out. Thank you, and if you want to keep seeing more videos like this, let me know in the comments below, share, like this video, and see you next week.